Hi, my name is Rebecca and this is my vlog about knitting. It's been a really long time and you know that already, so I don't know why I said it, but it has been forever. And the reason for that is I've had a lot going on, and also I haven't really knit this year. I have gotten into a rut and I'm clawing my way out of it, I think. I'm trying anyway. Got to pull something out of the bag, so let's just dump this out real quick. So yeah. Oh, look at my bag. My mom made me this. Satin lined Christmas stockings, but I don't care. Like, Christmas is all the time, right? So, okay. Hi. So I haven't really been knitting, but I have started to pick it back up again. So yeah. Let me just get into that and then I'll talk about my life later so that it's not, if you're not here for that, then that's fine. I'm Rebecca Bremerton. I have a lot of kids and yeah, that's it. Okay, so I do have a finished object. Surprisingly, I have some plain vanilla socks. Wow. They were knit out of 3 Irish Girls yarn. This is the first hand-dyed yarn I've ever got in my life, like 12 years ago. And I was saving it and I didn't want to use it because it was so special. But it's not special. No yarn is really special if you think about it too much. It's just not. You can always buy more. And I just wanted to actually use it. And I want to use up a lot of the stuff that's in my stash that's been there for a while. So this is it. I don't even remember the color name. I don't think 3 Irish Girls is in business anymore. So yeah, these were my socks that I took places. My something to do socks. When I'm waiting or just sitting in the car. I don't know. Going to my family's house. These are my socks that I would knit on. I actually took these to see my friend Susie. And I was just sitting there talking and knitting on it. And so I had to, like, I went way too far. And I had to rip back. And it was horrible. So I have not tried these on. I don't know if they fit. If they don't fit, I know people with smaller feet who will use them. Right? Okay. There you go. Then I started the Stephen West Mystery Knit Along sock, and I am not finishing. Spoiler alert. I just don't like it. And I don't like patterned socks. I like patterned socks in theory, but I don't enjoy knitting them at all. And I don't know why I started this, because I knew that I wasn't going to finish, because I just don't like knitted socks at all. They're horrible. So I used Knit Pick Stroll, because it's cheap and I didn't want a huge investment, which I'm actually glad that I did now. And you can see that I skipped the spoiler. No, this isn't a spoiler. You can see that I skipped the second clue because I didn't feel like doing it. So I just continued. I thought it was ugly. I'm sorry. I thought it was ugly. That's all there is to that. I really liked the heel and I might use the heel again in a different sock. He didn't make it up and that's fine. I actually used a speckled yarn for this and I regret that because I don't think it looks very good. It was blue and white and I thought it was going to match better, but it's more of a yellow instead of a white. And so that's fine. I thought about doing orange and I kind of wish I had, but not really anymore. I think orange would have looked really cute with the blue and white. I'm not finishing. I'm not going to. I'm probably going to rip these out and reclaim the yarn as much as I can. I had to cut it quite a few times. I do like the cuff. Okay, see, with the little cables that go into the stuff, into the pattern. I really like this part of the pattern. The foot was released today and no, I was kind of waiting until the foot was released and it was not cute in my personal opinion. And so I don't want socks that aren't cute and I don't want to continue this pattern anymore because it's boring, okay? And then I have to do it a second time. That's the problem with patterned socks in my personal opinion, is that they're boring to do the second time. So they're difficult. My back hurts. Okay, hi. So then I started a crochet project. And if you know me at all, you know that I have crapped on crochet a million times. I don't enjoy doing it. I don't like looking for stitches. It kind of hurts my hands. Knitting, you have like just your stitches like right there. You don't have to search for anything. It's like, okay, you know the next stitch for the most part is going to be right there, right? It's like the one on the end. Crochet, you have to fly in my house. crochet, you have to look for the stitches. And if you make a mistake and miscount the wrong stitch, then you have to rip it all out. It is easier to rip out. I'll say that much about it. That's nice. And my daughters have started crocheting and they have been making really cool things. So I don't like to crochet. I haven't changed my mind on that. But my great-grandmother crocheted a blanket, a scrap blanket, and it looks like a Cozy Memories blanket, except it's got this bright blue border around everything, and it's mitered squares, right? And so I tried to make mitered squares in crochet. One of the things I don't like about crochet is I'm not very good at it. And so I found a couple mitered patterns online for squares, and I just wasn't very good at it. I tried a million times, and I saved them so that I could show you. Like, see, it's not really a square as much as it is a bizarre shape. Okay, like I don't know. And I hate dealing with the edges of crochet. I know there's ways to make it better, but so I'll show you something else about that. Here's another attempt. See, these aren't really squares. They're like bizarre shapes. Triangles, kind of, curved triangles at the end. My great-grandma used scraps. She used some variegateds, and I'm not doing that. And then she did 2 rows of double crochet, in different, you know, like 6 rows of double crochet, I guess, but 2 rows for each little stripe. So yeah, and then I crocheted one that looks like this. Okay, and it's just not, I mean, this is the closest I got to a square, I guess, but I didn't enjoy it. Okay, it's not fun. So sorry, Grandma, I'm not making an exact replica of your blanket. So I am going to make a replica of the blanket, like an inspired blanket, I guess, inspiration. So doing granny squares, because granny squares is something that I can actually kind of do, despite the fact that I've never really crocheted. I know basic stitches. So here you go. So this is the way this mitered pattern worked, was every single corner of it was this really ugly mustard color. Okay. See, hers was uglier. I don't know. They've discontinued it, probably. Should have anyway. And so the center of all of mine are going to be that gold color. And then the bright blue is going to go around each of them the way that she did it. So this is double crochet. I'm going to have to seam them together. The quilt that or the blanket that she made was really big. I am going to do a throw size, like 50 inches by 40 inches probably, just for my living room for decor purposes. That's what I'm doing. I have not worked on this because my daughter went on a camping trip. She's going to be gone for like a week and a half. And she is gone for a week and a half, but she's just like starting to crochet. And so I was making this and she wanted to bring yarn with her. Oh, this is Big Twist, the Joanne brand or whatever. That's a whole other thing. And so she wanted to take yarn, and I had a big bag of it because I went out and bought all this, and I was like, go ahead, just take whatever you want. It's not going to hurt my feelings. You're going to come back and I'm just going to use what you didn't use. So take any colors you want. I don't care. Well, she took all of my bright colors. And so what ended up happening was I was just left with these Eastery pastels. So I'm waiting for her to get back before I start again. I am picking these out blindly, random, out of the bag. And this is what's happening. So I did weave in the ends on 2 of them. That's the other thing about the granny squares, is that it kind of sucks to weave in all those ends. So if you want to start crocheting, I hope that you invest in good needles. I don't know what to tell you. It's not fun. I don't enjoy it. So the other thing I want to crochet, so while my daughter's gone and I'm not working on the granny square blankets, I am knitting or crocheting these centerpieces for the granny squares so that I don't have to do it again and I can just work off of these. I got like maybe 15 of those done. So 3 squares and 15 circles-ish, maybe 20. I don't know. I think I have 24, actually. I think I counted and had 24. The other thing that I like about crochet is the mandala blankets, like the 3D textured mandala blankets. I think they're so cute. I found another one. I have 4. Oh, I messed up on this one, I think. Yeah, I messed up on this one where I did the brown. I forgot to do the thing in the corner, the 2 of these in the corner, and so I have to rip it out. But crochet is so easy to rip out, and at least it's on I didn't get too far. I didn't get too far before I realized that. Okay, mandalas. I think they're so beautiful. The blankets and throws, I think they're gorgeous. And I really want to make one, but they're kind of intimidating. But I think I can do it because I genuinely believe that if you can make a couple stitches in crochet or knitting, like if you can knit and purl, I genuinely believe that you can make anything as long as you're willing to rip it out and try again. I don't usually get intimidated by patterns anymore because what's the worst thing that's possibly going to happen? I'm going to rip it out and try again. You have to be willing to make mistakes, I guess, but I'm not really worried about that. So I'm thinking about making one, but I haven't decided which one. There's a couple on Ravelry. If you guys have made one, let me know and tell me which pattern is really good. I wouldn't want to do like a mystery knit along or like something where the pattern comes out every 6 weeks or something like that, because I need to know for sure for this what it would look like before I invest the time and effort. Another thing I don't like about crochet is that it uses a lot of yarn, and so it's not really practical to use wool a lot of the time, and so you end up having to use Super Saver Red Heart and Big Twist from Joanne and those other worsted weight acrylics, and they're not my favorite. They're not my favorite to work with. The Big Twist yarn, I don't know why they called it Big Twist. I guess it's loosely plied, and so it's very splitty. Maybe it's just big plies in the twists because it's splitty. Anyway, so I found a mandala pattern that was just a square. And I was like, well, I can handle just a little tiny, not like just a square to see if I can do this or if I like it. And so I cast one of those on. Is that what you say in crochet? I'm not sure. So I cast one of those on, and I have mostly a square, but I didn't finish because I didn't want to, because it's not going to go anywhere. It's a square, and I'm never going to make a square of this ever again. So it's kind of a pointless endeavor. Although I might take these little things that I messed up on and add them to the sweater that I want to make of all my swatches, because I think that would be really cute. So I might put it on the back or something, but I'm probably not going to keep going. I did end up ripping it out. It took me forever because I ripped out more than I crocheted, I think. Because I didn't want it to be all messed up, I guess. And as long as you're willing to do that, you can make anything, right? So my daughter took all my bright colors. So these aren't the colors I would have chosen for this, just to be clear. It's not cute. I don't think so anyway. So I gave up half of a row in. So this is what that looks like. I don't remember the name of the square. Okay, I don't know. Maybe I'll link it. But it's got, this is supposed to be tighter. Okay, see? It's supposed to be tighter. I don't know. Maybe I'll sew it up and it'll look better. Look at all those ends. Okay, so there you go. It's got a lot of puff stitches. It's got a lot of popcorn stitches. It's got a lot of shell stitches. It's got a lot going on, and it's pretty large. So I think it'd be really cute on the back of a sweater, maybe, but you can tell that it's like 3-dimensional. Oh. How cute is that, right? You can't really, I don't think you can really do this in knitting very well. It's not something that people do. Obviously you can knit in the round, but the amount of texture I think is really difficult to achieve in knitting. And so I think blankets are really cute in crochet, and that's pretty much it. I wouldn't crochet clothes or anything. And I have seen clothes that are beautiful that are crocheted. I'm not saying that they're all ugly or anything. It's just like I don't like crochet enough to do that, and there's plenty of sweaters to knit. So yeah. All right, don't judge me for saying that I didn't like crochet and now I'm doing it. Okay, don't judge me. That was yesterday. Yesterday's a different day. That philosopher Eminem said that. All right, so I finished my socks that I showed you. So I have to cast on a new pair, and because, you know, to take places with me, and I cast on this color. It's really beautiful. I don't remember what it's called, Clover Sprout something. It doesn't matter because it's discontinued. This is Yarn Cafe Creations. I think it's really gorgeous. So here's what I did. Here's a story about how I'm an idiot. I cast on 2 at a time because I was like, well, at least that way they'll be like, I can go out in public and not have to think about if they're long enough or if the foot's too short or whatever compared to the other one. I can just keep going. This is stupid. Don't do this. This is not travel friendly. I haven't tried. It's just that I was working on the cuff and it's getting all tangled and I was like, why did I do that? Why did I do that? That's stupid. So I'm going to finish these cuffs and then I'm going to put one of them on hold and just hope for the best when it comes to measuring my socks. And I know you're probably thinking, Rebecca, what happened to the cuffs that you were going to make for Advent? I still have time. Okay, I just don't like making cuffs, so I need to just set aside time to do that. Also, I didn't do it because my other sock needles were busy with this. Okay, so I didn't do it. I only have 2 pairs of sock needles, and I like it that way because it prevents me from having too many sock whips. I think so. Anyway, because I know that I'm the kind of person that would cast on a million pairs of socks because I'd be like, oh, that yarn's so pretty, I want, and then I would not finish them. And that's my way of preventing that from happening. Okay, so the Barbie movie came out, and as a lifelong fan of Barbie, I played with Barbies until I was like in 8th grade. I love Barbies. The Barbie movie's coming out, and I'm so excited about it, and I want to go see it, but I have to wait for my daughter to get back from her camping trip, and because she wants to go see it, and then my other daughter wants to go see it with me, so I'm pretty excited to go. And everybody's making like Barbie clothes, like themed clothes to go see it. I think that that'll be over by the time I get to go see it, but I don't care. I'm gonna do it anyway. So I decided to make my clothes, obviously. I have a cute ballerina skirt that I'm gonna wear. But I am making a cardigan, and I'm using Gossip from Hedgehog Fibers because I think this is the perfect Barbie color, right? Isn't that great? Okay, so I have 3 skeins, and I'm making a cardigan, and it's called the Lil Cardigan, like little cardigan, by Juvly Knits in Paris. I had to look that up before I started recording. I'm not very far into it, okay? So don't keep your expectations low here. I don't like the way that Hedgehog Fibers sock yarn, the speckled kind, knits up in garments. I just don't. I've never knit a garment with this where I was like, oh wow, that looks good. It doesn't. I've tried several times with different colorways and I just don't like it. So I don't know why I keep buying it. It's just because they're so pretty. And they're expensive now. They're like $35 from Eat Sleep Knit. So I'm not gonna be able to buy anymore. That's really expensive. I got these really cheap, actually. So, yeah. Little Cardigan by Juvly Knits in Paris. So let me show you my progress. It's not much. Let's see. There you go. Now here's the thing. I might have to stand up to show you. The cardigan that I found it's a really deep V-neck, and then it goes straight at the bottom with some buttons. Just hold on. And that's not what I was looking for because I have a ballerina skirt, and what I wanted was a deep V that crosses over and then you tie it at the waist. And I searched for 2 days on Ravelry and other websites, Etsy and all kinds of stuff, trying to find a fingering weight one that I wanted. And I only found one fingering weight version, and it was seamed, and I didn't want to do that. So I didn't. So what I want, let me see if I can show you, is a deep V, and I want it to come down to my waist, like cropped, and then tie it around for my ballerina thing. I think that's gonna look so cute. So what I'm gonna do is, instead of doing the straight part at the bottom that has buttons, I'm just gonna continue the deep V and then make little crosses things, because that's all I can do at this point. You know what I'm gonna do? I have to alter something, and hopefully it works out. I don't know. Maybe it won't. But I think this yarn is so perfect for this. It's really cute. Oh, and I wanted to show you guys. Sorry, I'm a mess always. The raglan increases on this, I think, are so cute. I don't know how much of the pattern I'm not allowed to give away, but these are done with a knit, yarn over, knit, yarn over, knit increase. And I think it's, oh God, get my fingers out of the way. I think it's so pretty. You guys see that? No? Because it's variegated, probably. So if you decide to knit this pattern, or if you go look it up, oh, look, it's so great. I've never seen anybody do that before, and I think it looks really good. So I'm pretty excited about this, and it's nice to be excited about something again with knitting. I haven't been excited. I haven't been inspired. I feel like I've knit everything and done everything, which is not true, but I need more cardigans too, and I think I was looking at other patterns for this variegated yarn, and I have the same colorway in mohair, and I was like, oh, it'd be so cute to like knit a sweater, but then like with the mohair puff sleeves, like how glamorous would that be? But I didn't do it because I would not wear that at any other time, and I don't want to make a sweater that's I'm going to use once. Even though I don't wear my knits, I would like to have the option, right? I think that, yeah, so I think that's the better choice. So I will not be using my mohair for this. And I have a worsted weight, an Aran weight of this color. It's my favorite. I love pink. You know that about me. And I have the mohair. So I might like just combine those and make a hat or something. I'm not sure. I don't know. I haven't figured it out. Doesn't matter. That is it for my knitting and crochet. That was a lot. That was 20 minutes worth of knitting and crochet. That's a lot. For how much but that's like over like the last 2 months, which for me is like not much at all because I'm usually like a 16-hour a day knitter, and lately I have not been that at all. I've been focused on other things. Okay, personal stuff. If you're just here for the knitting, that's it. There you go. Let's see. We got new windows, and that's why I'm not in front of my green wall, because we had to move all of our furniture away from the windows, and then so I put all of my furniture against the green wall, and that was like 2 or 3 weeks ago, and I have not moved it back. It's still there. I knew that was going to happen. I'm not surprised. It's just how I am as a person. And my yarn is like all clustered together against the wall, and I can't even really access it right now. So I don't have a choice to cast on new things. We got new windows, and I feel like there was more. Oh, I went on a road trip. That was really fun. I drove all the way to Florida from Washington State and then flew back because my sister moved to Florida with the military. And so she had to get her cars there. She was doing a DIY move. And so we just drove the cars all the way to Florida. And we did it in like, because they have little kids. And so we just did it in these like little 4 to 6 hour chunks every day. So it took us like, I don't know, 8 days to do this. So we stopped and did fun things along the way because we were only driving for such a short time. So we went to Mount Rushmore, and everybody was like, oh yeah, it's not that exciting. It's kind of lame. And it's not. I thought it was really cool, but I was really glad that people like downplayed it so much because it was really exciting for me. And we went places and got to hang out with my niece and nephew before they move away. So maybe they might come back after 4 years, but nah, Florida for now. That sucks. And then my older brother moved to Tennessee, and that's really sad. I'm really sad because my siblings, I have 6 siblings. I have 3 brothers and 3 sisters. And so yeah, my sister moved to Florida, not Stephanie. My other sister, Rachel. And my brother moved to Tennessee, and that's so sad because my siblings have never really lived far apart from each other. I've been really lucky in that way. They all live in the same town, and then I live an hour away, but not anymore. So that's sad. I cried a lot, and I don't cry about it anymore now. So that's good. That's good. What else have I been doing? Not a lot. I really haven't done much besides sit around and be sad about the fact that I don't want to knit anything. I'm not inspired. I should be. I have so much yarn to be inspired with. Stephen West Mystery Knit Along is coming up in October. Things always get released in September. And I guess I wasn't done with the knitting. I'm really excited about that. But the crazy thing about that is that they come so fast that it really makes time seem like it's going even faster than it does when you get older. That's okay. I have not finished the last one, and I probably won't. I'll probably work on that the week before the next one comes out. I always try to get them done before the next one. I do get them done before the next one comes out, but I don't like mine, and I think it's ugly, but I'm right at I'm halfway through the last clue, and the last clue is so small. It's gonna take me like maybe a day or a day and a half to sit down and actually do it, but I don't want to. And that's that. So, yeah. Life stuff. My kids are out of school for the summer. They don't go back till September 10th, and that's another reason I haven't been around. It's hard to get away from them and take the time to do this. I'm always around my kids, always. We don't allow screens upstairs, and so they're always downstairs with me, and that makes it hard to focus on knitting. It makes it hard to get away up here. Well, obviously adults are allowed to have screens upstairs, but not the kids. So the kids have been home with me, which is fine. I like my kids. I like hanging out with them. I just, during the pandemic, I knit with them and didn't have a problem. So I don't know what my issue is, guys. What do you do? Normally when I have an issue with like fiber slumps, I just buy yarn and then I'm happy again. But I haven't even really bought yarn. How about this? Bought a couple skeins from Yarn Cafe, had a mystery sale, and the skeins were like, they ended up being like $10 each. It was 4 for $40 plus shipping. And so I bought a ton of these and they're all gorgeous. And I just haven't felt like making anything. I haven't felt like making anything, which is depressing. And I did not reply to any comments on my last video, which makes me feel like a total crap bag. Because I want to, and then I don't, and then too much time goes on, and then it's awkward, and then I don't do it, and then I convince myself that everybody hates me, and then I get off social media for like 2 weeks because everyone hates me. And I hope you don't hate me. If you do, don't tell me, I guess. But yeah, I just convinced myself that I'm the most hated person in the universe. Canceled because I didn't reply to comments, and it's horrible. I feel really bad about it, and that guilt just eats me alive, right? Sorry. I apologize. I apologize if you have commented, if you have DM'd me on Instagram, and I'm sorry. I've been kind of depressed lately. And I don't whisper it like, oh no, it's just, that's what it is. I thought I had more life stuff to say. My life is incredibly boring. Incredibly boring. I feel like more stuff has happened, but it hasn't. Okay. Well, I'm not going to sit here and bore you guys with like, oh, I don't know. Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to go. I will see you on the flip side. I don't even know what that means, actually, now that I think about it. Okay. I'm going to go. I hope that you guys are knitting a lot and making up for all the knitting that I am not doing. And I hope that maybe that's what. Maybe y'all just stole my mojo or something and all went to you guys, my energy. And I don't know. That doesn't even make sense. Okay, I'm gonna go. This is 30 minutes. I will try to be back again soon, and maybe I'll have more to show because I really am excited about my new projects. Okay, have a good, until I see you again.